Alright guys, so now that Spider-Man Brand New Day is out in theaters, we are seeing record after record being broken at the box office for this film. Groundbreaking stuff here out of this movie. I'm not sure if anyone's seen this coming or if anyone's seen this movie being bigger than the Avengers as a whole, right? Which is exactly what this movie is currently doing at the box office. So we're going to break all this stuff down. We're going to go over record after record that this movie has been breaking, starting with this right here. Okay, Spider-Man Brand New Day officially had the biggest domestic opening weekend of all time. The film actually earned $360 million, beating Avengers Endgame. So it was projected to go about $355 million, I want to say, but it ended up doing more than that, more than likely because of the word of mouth about this film, right? Everyone's been having high praises about this movie for the most part. We on Demigod ENT did a movie review for this film, which you could check out right here, where I had, of course, high praises to say about the film because it was a brilliant movie and easily one of the best films this year. Definitely put itself within that top 10. We'll see how that rounds up come December and actually towards the end of this year. But for now, starting in August, making our way through summer, this film definitely cemented itself in that category, okay, for top 10 films this year. But let's go ahead and check out these other records that it's been breaking, such as this one right here for Monday night. Okay, Spider-Man Brand New Day had the biggest Monday of all time at the domestic box office, earning $47 million. So what you're going to notice is a common theme with this film: biggest of all time, back to back to back, which is exactly what this movie is achieving on a monumental scale. The records it's breaking, I mean, every time I log into social media, I'm seeing this film break a new record. I'm seeing a new detail that I may have not noticed my first and second time watching this movie that someone else is highlighting, a new actor getting praise from this film, right? It's doing a lot of amazing things for the film community as a whole, for pop culture, and really for society, right? This is a great way for people to go out to the theaters, to engage, to just talk about it amongst their friends, family, or on social media, and engage with an audience as we're doing so here in this video, okay? But more importantly than those two records that we previously just covered is this one right here, which is really setting the tone for one of the biggest movies of all time. So let's go ahead and jump into this one right here. It says Spider-Man Brand New Day hits 1 billion in just 6 days, only 1 day behind Endgame's record. History is being rewritten. So Avengers Endgame in 5 days did $1 billion. Spider-Man Brand New Day in 6 days did $1 billion. Insane stuff. Okay, under a week, under 7 days, this movie has already surpassed $1 billion. I think we could see this movie going far beyond this, by the way, because like I said, word of mouth does a lot more than hype does for a film. Like going into this, the hype that was built for this, coming off the back of No Way Home, leading into Avengers Doomsday come later this year, that's the real reason that this movie was blowing up in that first initial opening weekend records. But this right here, 6 days later, making $1 billion, that just goes to show how much people are actually liking this film and how the word of mouth is spreading about this movie. Over 1 billion, I can't believe it. I think it's the third film this year to hit $1 billion. Other than that, we've had Michael hit $1 billion. We've had Super Mario Galaxy hit $1 billion, right? And now Spider-Man Brand New Day. Of course, we're going to eventually see like Dune 3 possibly do that. I hope it does, but it is kind of tough considering it's competing with Avengers Doomsday, which is 100% going to do well over $1 billion, just like this movie did. But like I said, man, it surpassed Endgame for that opening weekend, not in terms of hitting $1 billion, but for that opening weekend, it surpassed Endgame. So I think it's safe to say Spider-Man is easily the biggest superhero property that we currently have right now. And that's why this last one that we'll take a look at is so believable, because it says right here, Spider-Man Brand New Day will cross 2 billion by the end of its second weekend globally, which sounds about right. Okay, over $1 billion in less than 7 days. So 14 days, this movie could definitely do over $2 billion and surpass that amount. I think we could see this movie go on to make 2.5 to 2.7 is probably a safe bet. But I mean, come on guys, with all the positive word of mouth, this can go over $3 billion. This could be the highest grossing film of all time, surpassing, I believe Avatar still holds that record, right? I remember Endgame took it and then they put Avatar back out in theaters, so I think it took that record back, if my memory is correct. Okay, if the box office numbers are correct off the top of my head. But realistically, we could see this film becoming the highest grossing film of all time. If not, then it'll probably put itself within the top 3. right? Which is just amazing as someone who grew up with these movies, grew up watching Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, went on to watch Andrew Garfield, and now, you know, over a decade we've been rocking with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. This guy is doing amazing stuff. I know he's been talking recently about transitioning and bringing in that next actor to play Miles Morales and kind of take over the role from there and pass on that torch to the next generation. But bro, after you're breaking records like this, I don't want to hear none of that. Okay, you're going to be Spider-Man until you're 90, Tom Holland. I hope you know that. All right, we don't want to see you retire anytime soon. We need more Spider-Man movies. And by the way, I don't want to wait another 5 years for the next Spider-Man outing. I don't want to be that far down the line in terms of aging for the next Spider-Man film. Let's get another one within the next 3 years. Okay, let's not do a Batman Part 2, the Batman Part 2 by Matt Reeves. Brilliant film, right? That first movie. But man, we've been waiting like 7 years for this sequel. That's not okay whatsoever. We need these films with a quicker timeline sooner, not rushed, right? Not rushed, but come on. All right, we got Infinity War and Endgame in back-to-back years. Do you guys remember that? We got those films back-to-back years. We didn't have to wait even like 2 years for that movie, right? We got one in 2018, the next in 2019. So it is possible, it is achievable, especially with a team like Marvel back in the production of these films. All right, the next Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 5, I want to see it. I've seen a lot of people talking about Spider-Man 6, you know, that's going to be the final film in the second trilogy for Tom Holland's Spider-Man trilogies. People have been saying we could do Sinister 6 for Spider-Man 6. I think that's a perfect idea. In terms of what we could see out of Spider-Man 5, I'm not really sure. You know, we'll see where they go with it. There's lots of different directions, especially with that post-credit scene at the end of Brand New Day. But overall, guys, I'm just very excited to hear all the records that this movie is breaking at the box office, how much money it's going to make, because that means we're going to get more amazing Spider-Man films and Marvel films and superhero films in general in the future, hopefully to a higher quality level like this one was, and less of the Supergirl type of movies. I know I keep bringing that up in a lot of different videos, but man, that was one of the most disappointing movies of the year, and I think the box office has been representing that, because that movie's been tanking and it's actually one of the biggest flops, you know, in recent years, especially for DC. All right, so that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Those are my thoughts on the box office movie news for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let me know your thoughts on all this box office news down in the comment section down below. If you don't know what we do here on Demigod ENT, we do film, TV, and pop culture based content. So if you're interested in this type of content, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.